anything that gets the juices flowing, like a rivalry game. And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on another team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteers offense will get the first crack at it here. They went to overtime last year in Knoxville, and even though the Big Orange got the win, this was a bit of a turning point for Florida in a positive way, and one that likely propelled them the rest of the year.
It was, and I know a lot of Florida Gators look back on that game and think that that's one they really should have won. In the first half of that game, they kept shooting themselves in the foot in the first half, down close in Tennessee territory. But at the end of the day, it was Tennessee able to pull away, and every time these two teams play, Dave, there's no love lost. Expect this one to be close again.
No love lost, and I tell you what, I was left wanting more last year because Florida scored with under 30 seconds left in the ball game, and I was like, go for two. Go for the win. They played not to lose, and then they ended up losing in overtime. I want to see Florida come out here and play to win.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Thanks to grab. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The give out of the gun. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. This crowd knows when to bring it. They'll throw it from the red zone. Quickly complete. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened.
Touchdown, Volunteers! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Florida Gators offense will have its first possession of the game. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early. And
turning it on! the pickup of 9. It's 2nd and 1. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Using his legs, it's Daniels. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a 1st down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. Might as well give it to him again. Nice move to keep running. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. Setting up the screen. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to fire. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point splits the uprights. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Newton. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Gonna run it. It's Lewis. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. To the air. It's Aguilar. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down at the 39.
Then he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Gators need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Quarterback may change this route. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires on the move. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds his man. It's Staley. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And the Vols can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the ground with the back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. Entertaining 1st quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the 2nd. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Aguilar. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
The Gators come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. These two, which have so much cross-pollination and legendary games in their history, first played in 1916 with the Vols blanking the Gators in Florida. Tennessee actually won the first 10 meetings, with Florida not getting a W in the series until 1954.
And there was a period of time, Reese, in this rivalry that the game not only had SEC championship implications, but national championship implications, too. You think back to the heyday of this rivalry in the late 90s. Danny Werfel going up against Peyton Manning. We played the Vols, and we had games that were won in overtime. We had games that went down to 2-minute drives. There was so much NFL talent on the field, and it was such a competitive and physical game every single year.
Off the play fake. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Here comes the heat. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Flips it out on the screen. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. The Vols are moving quickly down the field. Quick release by the QB.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. And the Vols pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the air, it's Aguilar. Quick completion on the out route. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. The Volunteers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. Now inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 18. Rides the back on the option. The give. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, going up top. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Virginia Tech is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Miami. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Extending the play. Gets rid of it. That's caught. It's Wilson. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Looking to throw, it's Glagway. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Wide open downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Because the QB anticipated that curl route so well, he got it to his receiver early against zone coverage. He had space to work with. After he caught the ball, he was able to make a guy miss, move the chains.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he was flat, missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. This time on target.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll run play action. Grab near the marker. It's Jackson. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. To the air, it's Glagway. Lets it go to the end zone. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off.
Pass interference. Offense.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, Florida-Tennessee never disappoints. We figured this could be a dynamite matchup all week, and it has delivered. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26.
2 quarters to go. Time to find out who comes out on top, guys, between the Vols and Gators.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. They get to him as he throws.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season, but this offense just can't find a way to get it going, and I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Now the play fake. Hit as he throws. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Gators will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So here is the Tennessee offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Power football with the run. Plows through the defense. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. On the move at the 30. Breaks into the open. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. They'll try the run. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Lagway. He's moving out of the pocket. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. You saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Gators look to keep this drive humming. Motion from the wideout. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion not to mention multiple scores. Complete out of the backfield. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Finds his man. It's Jackson. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. On the run, it's Daniels. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
On the move, he fires. He's got an open man. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard.
And with the pressure on him, the quarterback goes down, and we've played 3 quarters here. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolutely perfect. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking for space, it's Thomas. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Fires to the tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Davis. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. It's Aguilar. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had a...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Volunteers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Quickly complete. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. So now it's second and long. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Fires on the move. On target to the left. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Gators can really attack on this second and short. He's got it on the right. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. Defense got it. They're on the run. There he goes. He's at the touchdown ball. How about this defense taking one back to the house? They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver getting open and making the catch, but now you got to secure the football. You know there's going to be guys coming trying to rip it free. They did it. They scooped it. They scored. That's a play he's going to learn from.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Virginia Tech is in front. They've played awfully well today, and while there's no Michael Vick out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 4 over Miami. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A sack all the way back at the 5. The Gators have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Wide receiver going in motion. Going for the big play. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. And picking up the first down will be nice here, but also important. Get some cushion for the punt team. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Wide receiver comes in motion. On second and goal, he carries again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll start the return inside his... And he loses the ball deep in his own end. And the ball is loose on the return. Touchdown, Volunteers! And the pummeling has started. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
They'll leave it with him. Look out, he's got room. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. The Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Under fire. Wiggles free. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Here's the handoff. Fighting off the defender. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here's the pressure. Across the 45. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. When you deal with a rivalry game, you have to live with